Does this thing work?
Doesn't look loud.
Yeah. Let's see. First of all, let me just make sure this is working. Thank you. Ik spreek wel Nederlands, maar ik heb gemerkt dat deze presentatie natuurlijk wat beter is in het Engels. Omdat we hebben over nieuwe media en ja, nieuwe media, dat klinkt niet zo leuk als nieuw media. Dus ik ga even verder in het Engels, omdat het ook mijn moedertaal is. Maar later kunnen jullie natuurlijk met mij babbelen en kunnen we gewoon lekker in het Nederlands door. En ja, het is wel moeilijk om tussen de politici en de pauze te zitten, maar ik zal het even kort houden. As much as I can. So anyways, my name is Gabriel McIntyre. I am co-founder of Zolo.tv. We started with a simple little video blog called watchme.zolo.tv about 2 years ago. Actually, this week we're going to be sending out our 100th episode. It's going to be pretty cool. Definitely check it out. It's kind of a roundup of all the places we've been to, people we've talked to, everyone from Naomi Watts to Angela Merkel. So, I mean, talking about politicians, video blogging, there you have it. Yeah, I have my own personal page, www.gabe.nl. And the company has grown to about 20 people to support blogging, podcasting, vlogging, and a whole lot more. Anyway, so it's kind of a little blurb there. Some interesting information. At least in the United States, over 40% of the people are watching media on demand in the U.S. Now, this is just the U.S. I think this is rather interesting to see that this is, a curve that's growing up. Media on demand is getting huge. Whether that's on our TiVo boxes, our Cello hard disk recorders, our RSS feed downloads, our mobile phones, people like to start to watch things when they want to. And that's kind of what this is about. Here's some more facts, just real quick. About advertising, apparently it's going to reach 81.1 billion by 2011 for online. Now, don't worry too much about that number because I'm sure Google is probably going to get about 60% of that. But there's still a lot left over for us to, kind of cut up. Apparently the internet is mainstream. I didn't know this, but yeah, apparently it has become a mainstream media outlet. And there's a new word for you if you haven't heard this, commutainment. Has anybody heard that word, commutainment, yet? No? Well, there you go. Blogonomics brings you the new word for 2007, commutainment. All right? Entertainment with the community. Yes, definitely check this out. Everybody's going to be talking about this in the future. And, of course, the user revolution. I'm sure you guys have heard of user-generated content. I'm sure later we're going to be having some people talking about user-generated content and all that kind of stuff. A couple other little things, media fragmentation. Apparently, yeah, there's a shrinking television audience. People are going online to look at stuff more. This is not what I'm saying. This is, what was it, Foster's and Palo Alto, I don't know. Video ads is a new big thing. And I just want to go through this stuff because I'm sure it'll stay in your mind. Video ads could drive the next wave. It could be the next 30-second TV wave. Ad networks are apparently going to be growing into the internet online market as well. So, pretty interesting stuff. Now I'm going to just do one more nice little thing here, and that's the viewing of content. Now, it's interesting to see that most people go to a certain website to look at videos. These are your portals, basically. These are your YouTubes, your Groupers, your Break.coms, so on and so forth. About 40-something% randomly look at video while browsing around the net, okay? And not too much more. They click on an email that comes in. Now, this is what I think. You have that 50%, right? They're looking at content every day, right? And then together with the other percent under that, they're sending the emails to the people who can't be fucking bothered to look at all that content, and then you're seeing that residual, and then there's, of course, the niche that people are looking for specific content. Say I'm going to be going to Thailand in a couple of weeks. I want to see some videos about the area where I'm going to be traveling to, for instance. So I'm going to Google search that. But what this is all about, ladies and gentlemen, is, good, go on to the next one. Vlogging for money. This is Blognomics. We want to earn money here. Even though I do this, I started this just for the fun of it. Turns out I can make cash at it, and that's even better. So, let's just look at a couple of ways that people are earning money at the moment with video blogging, okay? We have selling content, we have advertising, hired production, it's a pretty good one too, and marketing, either personal marketing or business marketing. Here's a little film that I really think will kind of get us in the right mood for what this is about. Although, with this film, there's a somewhat, visionary talking about what he saw media would do in the future. Just think about that and how that could translate into making money.
Movies are very open that now these little 8mm video recorders and stuff come out. Some just people who normally wouldn't make movies are going to be making them. And suddenly, one day, some little fat girl in Ohio is going to be the new Mozart, and make a beautiful film with her little father's camera recorder. And for once, the so-called professionalism about movies will be destroyed forever, and it will become an art form. That's my feeling.
Well, I think you pretty much hit the nail on the head in that sense. Nowadays, with a mobile phone or any of these cameras, I can start to make my own films, edit them, but the really cool thing is now I can distribute that for almost free to a worldwide audience, and then guess what? I'm creating my own brand. So anyone can start. All you need is a camera and an internet connection, and you can start creating your own brand. Here's a number of different brands that I call them, video bloggers that have created their own channels, their own style, their own community, and really created a brand like Nike or whatever. And for instance, we have Galacticast and Freshtopia.net, and they're all talking about different kinds of subjects. Everything from how to make your life more green to comedy in Amsterdam. It's all the same stuff. Well, it's not all the same stuff, but it's all done pretty much the same way. So let's look at this personal marketing for a second. A really great example is Four-Eyed Monsters. Four-Eyed Monsters is a couple who made a movie, this feature film, and they started a video podcast to promote their own movie. Now, they didn't have distribution to, the Melkweg or the Pathés all over the place. So what they did is, through their video podcast, they allowed people on a map, a Google map, to say, hey, if you come and show the movie in my area, I'm going to come and I'm going to bring 5 friends as well. Now, once they had enough critical mass in a certain area, they arranged for the film theater. They just rented it out because they knew so many people were going to come and watch the movie. Now, this is great. Here's a little example of their video podcast. Great stuff.
This is our video podcast, episode 0.
Episode 0, I was supposed to say that.
But it might as well just go in one sentence.
But then I don't know what line I'm on.
You're supposed to say something about, like...
A premiere Sundance.
Yeah, that should be you.
Okay. Yes, okay, that'll be me. Go ahead.
I'm Susan.
And I'm Aaron.
And this is our video podcast, episode 0.
We co-directed a film that premiered back in January at Slamdance.
And we've been documenting our experiences on the film festival circuit. This is a video podcast about those experiences.
And this is our introduction episode.
If you want to see some more, definitely check it out, the Four-Eyed Monsters podcast. It's really a great way of showing how they got to where they are today, and it's It's kind of a Pretty Woman meets, what is it, I Really Want to Make a Film kind of style thing. It's really, really great stuff. But also dramatic because it's about real people, the problems they have with parents and money and rent and all this kind of stuff. And you're like, oh, I so want to support them. If they come to Amsterdam, I'm bringing 5 people because they're awesome. Great, great stuff. Now let's look at, something a little bit more closer to home. Who here knows Boom Chicago? Yeah? Now, of you people, how many of you know about the Boom Chicago video podcast? Yeah, a few. All right, check this out. This is a little segment.
Chicago.
So they do these little skits every week, and they put it on their show online.
Hey, Bill. Hey, Bud. Want to take some calls from customers?
We're not in customer services.
So? Thank you for calling the automated robot. Press 1 to talk to a real person. Press 2 to break dance. Your turn.
Your willingness to hold is important to us, but not important enough to hire extra people in customer service.
Hold.
Thank you for continuing to hold. Your call will be answered in the order it was received. Please hold. Hold, 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 hold. I wanna hold your hands and then we'll hold, 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 hold.
So there's even more at Boom Chicago website, so definitely check it out. And this is bringing, a new public into the cafe. Now this is a great way of selling your own personal content, whether it's a cafe, whether it's your film, or whatever. Another example I have here is of 360fashion.net. Who here knows 360fashion.net? Yeah, okay, the usual suspects, all right. 360fashion.net was started by Anina. Anina is an international top fashion model, and she got really into blogging, behind the runway and all this stuff with her mobile phone, and she got a couple of other friends who were fashion models, designers, photographers, and so forth to start blogging as well. And she created a community around this fashion. Now, she's created an entire brand, I guess you could call it commutainment. I guess that's probably the best word for it. And the great thing is that now we're starting to do 360 Fashion TV together with Anina and showing different things that are going on that normally would not be shown. So what I'm going to show you is a little segment of a fashion show that was done here in Amsterdam through the store called Homegrown, and they make hemp clothing. You can't smoke it or anything like that, but you can wear it. And normally you would not see this footage online and it would not get much exposure. But thanks to Anina bringing this onto the 360 Fashion Network, now I know that there are some major names in the artist industry that were now interested in getting this clothing. If you see on their blog, you see that, was it Flavor Flav was recently in their store and stuff. So have a little
Yes, do that. This is basically your outfit. You'll be wearing a cap. This is from our new line.
Yeah, we're dealing with Echo World, so that's all right.
Walking down the runway. The most important thing is that you walk like you're a superstar.
So that was Anina. 360 Fashion TV is going to be very, very cool. And this is what I'm talking about creating a brand and using that brand to promote other things that you feel good about. And there's a lot of different sites that can do this. I've got here just a few. that I wrote up. You can see the number of video sharing sites that have popped up in the last 2 years. Quite a few. And I'm just doing kind of like the English and American and European ones. I'm not even showing you the Asian ones, because there's a whole other slew of those. But you're thinking, oh my God, all these sites? What is it, what's good, what's bad? I just picked a few out just to see, how you can use these things. Now the first three, if you're going to be starting to create video, these first three sites are really great because you can charge for that video, if you want to do that. I don't really believe in that model, but Cruxy, Google Video, and Sharewire.net all allow you to charge for the content that is being downloaded. Next to that we have Metacafe, Rever, Blip TV, and Veo, and they all do advertising revenue share. 5 minutes, all right? Then we have Break.com, which will pay you money if they decide it's good enough. So yeah, selling content. People are also selling content through DVD, mobile and stuff. Maybe you guys know this guy? Ask a Ninja? Well, he's doing DVDs now, where he sells all his video blogs on DVDs, so you can buy it in the store and stuff. I'm not sure if he's really making any money off it, but anyways. Sponsored content is also a great way. PodTech is sponsoring Scoville. Revision 3 is doing, for instance, Dignation and Control Alt Chicken. Podshow has Geek Brief TV. These are all basically major companies that say, hey, you're making good content, we're going to sponsor you to keep on making that content under our umbrella. Great stuff, people can keep on doing what they do and make money at it. External communication for companies, this is great. Pixar, Firefox, Savannah College of Art and Design, Dig, they're all using video blogging as their external communication for what's coming up or what's new. Now I'm going to briefly go through this Firefox ads, because Firefox allows users to generate their own ads for them. Okay? And I'm sure that there's going to be a whole panel on this, so I'm actually just going to skip through that, but just so you know that can be done too. So there's a lot of great things happening with advertising. We see that all over the place. We've launched something here in Holland called the Reclamekanaal, where all ad agencies are able to set up their portfolios as a video blog. So if you're an ad agency, you should definitely check that out. And it's kind of like your communitainment for advertising, I guess.
What's the name?
Reclamekanaal. Yeah. So that's really a great way to try and tie into a different network of advertisers, cameramen, photographers, editors, directors, producers and stuff, and all based around content, which is great. Now this is one little thing I want to talk about that we're seeing huge growth in: branded content. Being in the community for quite a while now, there's been a number of companies that have approached us to come and produce content for their events. One example of this is Mini. We've been producing content for Mini Cooper and BMW during different events. Here's a quick little highlight. If it'll play. No. Never mind. Just check it out, www.vlogbymini.de. Now the interesting thing is on this, just some numbers, is in 2 months we got 4.5 million people in reach off of this video blog. And it was basically going to car shows and mini events and just making films. So if you got, 2 bloggers, Gabe and Gabe, what would happen if you had even more bloggers? So that's what Coca-Cola did during the World Cup with WeAllSpeakFootball.com. And we got a whole bunch of professionals and non-professionals all in an apartment during the whole time during the World Cup. And we were blogging, podcasting, video blogging and stuff. A lot of great stuff came out of that. For instance, this is a, ladies and gentlemen, anthem that we made. We all speak football. So there's great content coming out of this website during the World Cup, and it was all branded with Coca-Cola. Now the great thing about that is, if we look at stats of Nike versus Coca-Cola, and you look there during the World Cup, the We All Speak Football site blew Nike out of the water. But Nike is freaking, that's sports, dude. You know, I mean, that should not happen. Coca-Cola is not sports, you know, but still, more people were coming to that site because it was interesting, young, fresh content that wasn't corporate. It wasn't, you know, Ford Bull Moves or whatever. It was interesting stuff being made by the community, and the community was getting paid for the content they were creating. We're also seeing this on, for instance, SciWorld has just launched in the United States. SciWorld is huge in Asia. Has anybody heard of SciWorld? A couple people, right. Take hives, multiply it by like a factor of 30, 100, and you have SciWorld. It's one of the largest social networking sites in Asia. Yeah, it's like everybody's met. North Korea or South Korea. I think there's probably North Koreans in there too. So what they did for the launch in the US, they got a whole bunch of video bloggers to start making content and put that up on the site. For events, what we're doing right now together with Bluff is Concert at Sea TV. This is pretty cool. So you can go there, you can watch different episodes leading up to Concert at Sea. You can upload your own videos for Concert at Sea. You can subscribe in either iPod, mobile, or PSP. Watch the flash on the sites. This is a great episode.
Ik vind het heel mooi wel. Hij is nog niet helemaal koud volgens mij, maar mijn water wel. Ja, dat is een goed zin water.
So that's from Velsen and, what's his name? Oh yeah, Pascal, exactly, yeah. Pascal sitting there, having champagne in the pool and talking about what's going on. So I've only got like 2 minutes left. There's also a big thing called product placement. This is a little product placement we did when we were in Berlin for the
€50
for the World Cup.
2 tanks of gas to drive on the Autobahn at top speeds, €120. A navigation system to try and
Tom
get to the stadium.
Mini you got in there, you know, the t-shirt with the Heineken on there. We got all these products that are like, just dude, just use them. Just use them. Play around with it.
Getting
Whatever.
because they ran
It was
out of
great.
gas.
Yeah,
on the way back to
that was
Berlin.
not too smart.
€85.
Just a little note.
Watching the kickoff and war.
If you're driving down the Autobahn, gas does go quicker than normal, especially if you're going at 220 miles or kilometers an hour. I noticed that the hard way. Anyways, so you can also do co-branding. For instance, Geek Brief TV and GoDaddy. GoDaddy is using Geek Brief in their advertisements.
I'm Callie Lewis, host and co-producer of Geek Brief TV. It's a video podcast that delivers tech news. We've grown to 1.5 million downloads per month.
And the last thing I'm going to show you guys is kind of a premiere. Actually, nobody's seen this yet. I actually showed it to Guido, but he couldn't download it because it was just too safe. It's called Create Your Biz TV. It's a new show that we're going to be launching this month. And our first episode is with Felix Patterson from Places. And basically what it is, it's an idea for a format where new companies can come and we show where the people live, how they live, and they kind of pitch their idea for their business. So have a little look at it.
This is drinking straws and nails. It's pretty homemade stuff, but it's good. I mean, that's what we do every day. Business is wrestling. Business is wrestling. It's a lot of show, but also war involved. Eventually, no one gets hurt.
So I thought that was a nice little quote to kind of end this all off. So definitely bookmark it, crbz.tv. It's not online yet, but it will be shortly. We have Places, we have Celeband here in Holland as well. We'll be showing their crib, I guess you could call it and stuff. And it's a really great initiative. So definitely check it out. And if there's other businesses here that are startups and you guys want to get in an episode, come and talk to me. All right. Thank you very much. Have a good quick emails there.
Hey, thanks a lot. We have time for one question for the break. Anybody want to rush to the microphone?
No?
No? Then talk to
You
Gail.
don't want to ask me about copyright problems or anything like that? Because you're posting it all the time? No? All right.
Okay.
There's a couple of, you have 20 people working on all these things, right? What's the business model? How do you make money?
Exactly. Well, the different schemes that we showed there, we're making money off of consulting. We're making money off of production for companies. So, for instance, we've done productions for like ING Bank, we're doing their video blog. We're doing Cope.
Video blog?
Yeah, ING Bank, they did a video blog during running business last year, not too long ago. And yeah, stuff like that. So it's advertising, creating our own content, selling that, creating content for companies, and also shortly we're going to be launching our platform. I showed a little bit, for instance, the Concert at Sea TV site, the Reclame Canal site. That's based on a platform that we have that you can white label to basically anything, and you can create your own communitainment area, and that's how we're making our money and hopefully having a laugh along the way. So, thank you.
Dankjewel. Graag terug om 4:10.